Hey y'all, welcome back to Mama Loves Manga. Today I'm here to talk about a new release from Yen Press that I have been excitedly waiting for ever since I pre-ordered it, and that is Little Miss P by Koyama. This is an anthology, aka a collection of short stories, and they're all centered around your period. I know that there are going to be some people who hear the word period and they go, oh my gosh, gross. I'm not gonna read that because periods are gross. Ugh. If you're that person, grow up and also click away from this video because this is not for you. Before I start talking about the stories, I do want to show you the art. The art style is very rough and sketch-like, and I love it. It is not my usual preferred aesthetic. We all know that I stand for Clamps art, but I love when artists have their own very unique flavor and it fits with their storytelling and it fits with their title in general. And I definitely think that this rough sketch look works so well. Let me show you. It's very endearing and cute, and I have this book backwards, don't I? Let's get into the short stories. There are 10 short stories, and I'm not necessarily going to go through and talk about every single one of them, but I do want to talk about a few of my favorites, starting with the very first short story called Housewife and Little Miss P, because this is the one that I relate to the most. Housewife and Little Miss P focuses on how difficult it can be when you're dealing with your hormones, you're bleeding, and you're tired because you're constantly working. A lot of people don't seem to realize that a housewife or a stay-at-home mom's work is never really finished. We don't get to clock out at the end of the day and kick back and chill. I know that if you follow me on Instagram or even Twitter, or if you watch my videos, it may seem like I don't do anything except read manga all day. That is so far from the truth. I'm not saying that to complain or get sympathy. It's my job. Just like my husband leaves the house to do his job, I do my job here, and I'm very proud of it, and I love what I do. But oh my gosh, sometimes, especially when it's that time of the month, I really need a break and also some understanding. And one thing I do find very relatable about this story is her issues with her husband and how, like, he just doesn't quite understand. Cisgendered men don't get it. They don't understand. They've never had a period, and it's it can be so frustrating when you are dead tired, you're just wiped out, and your husband comes home and he's like, oh, there's no dinner. For the most part, my husband has always been pretty understanding because he does have older sisters, and so he grew up around women. But he's not perfect. There have definitely been times when he's come home and fixed his mouth to ask me about dinner when I'm sitting here like, sir, I'm bleeding like a stuck pig. You can fix dinner. My next favorite is Super Heroine and Little Miss P. Hopefully y'all can see that. It's about magical girls and how they deal with periods. It's absolutely hilarious. The representation of what having a period feels like, especially when you have extreme cramps, is so freaking realistic and so absolutely hilarious. The period punch, man, whew, she is just going through it. She is cramping, she's bloated, she's exhausted, she just doesn't want to do anything. But then, of course, a bad guy decides to take it upon himself to show up that day. So she and her partner are supposed to fight, and her partner also happens to be on their period, but her partner's period is nowhere near as large and violent. She's just like, oh, I'm on my period, but I feel fine, and I'm gonna go ahead and transform into my skimpy outfit. because I'm fine. And the other girl is like, but I don't want to transform because I really don't want to ruin my outfit, and because I am, again, bloated and cramping so bad, like I am in pain, I don't want to do this. This is a story about having empathy for other people and understanding that not everyone's period is the same. Some of us have extremely heavy periods. Some of us have very light ones. Some of us have PMDD like me, and some of us don't really experience PMS symptoms at all. It's all different. All of our bodies are different, and it's just a story about having empathy for each other and understanding that we all get periods. They're all different, but they all suck. So my third favorite is called High School Girl and Little Miss P. It features not just a high school girl dealing with her period, but also a high school boy dealing with his hormones. There's a character in here called Mr. Libido and also Mr. Virginity. It's a story about teen hormones and sexuality in a very wholesome, innocent way. Like, there's nothing inappropriate that happens. It's just really funny and very relatable. It definitely brought back some memories and also put things into perspective, because they do, this is probably a spoiler, but it's not gonna take the fun away, but they do switch bodies somehow. Like, they end up waking up in each other's bodies and having to experience what each other is going through, and it's very funny, and it does give a lot of perspective, especially for me as the mother of a, I guess you could say, a tween. He's 13, which I consider that a teen, but it made me think, you know what, I need to make sure that I'm being empathetic towards him too, because he also has hormones. He's also going through things. So it was just a really fun, hilarious, just adorable read. And also, okay, this scene right here killed me, simply because of this right here. Like, why does it say fab? Oh, somebody's calling me. Oh, my dad's calling me. Hold on. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Good.
How was your holiday?
Yeah, it was fine. It was All right, that was my dad just calling because he's gonna come pick up my oldest to take him away for a week or two. Anyway, so I do want to talk about one more, and then I think I'm gonna wrap this video up. This one is called A Woman of a Certain Age and Little Miss P, and this one was a very endearing, sweet story. She's dating this man she really likes. He's exactly her type, but he has a daughter from a previous marriage, and his daughter does not like her. Throughout the story, she's trying to figure out what to do. She's frustrated because she likes this guy, but she also wants to be respectful and understanding of his daughter's feelings, because his wife only passed away a couple of years ago, so she understands why his daughter feels the way she does. Then one day, her boyfriend calls her panicking because his daughter has gotten her period and he doesn't know what to do, and she runs out, gathers all the things that she thinks the daughter is going to need, shows up at the house and says, hey, you don't have to come out and talk to me, but here's this bag with things you'll need and a note explaining how to use everything. And it was just the sweetest, most heartwarming thing, because I loved how this woman wasn't trying to force the young girl to see her as a mother. She wasn't trying to take anyone's place. Ugh, I loved that story so much. And to be honest, I genuinely enjoyed every single story in this anthology, but those 4 were my favorites, and I recommend this for everyone. I don't care about your gender, whether or not you get a period. You should read this because it's so entertaining and eye-opening, and hopefully can help you have empathy toward toward people who do get periods and who do go through this thing every month, because it is rough. There's a whole lot of things, a whole lot of misconceptions about women during their period that are still happening to this day, and more people need to read about periods. We need to be more comfortable talking about periods so that that can stop. That's my PSA for the day. And on that note, I'm gonna go. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. There. Oh my gosh.